What's going on down there? Nothing that I want to care about. Right, let's get back to this ashtray maze. You can be on my team if you want. What's all this about? Why are there so many all blocking this way? What's with the lift? Where'd the lift go? Talk to the plant. Central research. Interesting lifts. A big old brain. Central research. We want to go this way.
Talk to the plants. Small talk was never really my strong suit. At least they can't talk back.
Are you sure about that? Which plants am I talking to? These ones? I hear our own voice in those monsters, by the way. Okay, well, we've already opened that. What is... Death and Oblivion, or... The Call of the Voids? I realise this isn't talking to the plant. So much. The pits. The toilet pits. The armpits. We didn't come down here before, did we? This isn't talking to the plants so much as it is curiosity. The fungus doesn't seem to be killing us so much. Okay, there's a power generator. We might need. Good guys. They're not infected. Curious. There's a nice little chair just lying here. Intrusive thoughts.
Careful in there, ma'am.
What's in
Area's under
there?
quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
There's someone just chilling in here. They seem fine.
Excuse me, are you lost?
How's it going down there? Enjoying the mold so far? Settling back into life at the old FBC? I wanted to ask how your coffee with Emily went. She's a star on the rise, incredibly bright, extremely intuitive. But I want to hear what you thought of her. I think you two could be very good on the project together. Could learn a lot from each other. Let's get together and chat about it soon. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I'm sure you can't think of anything besides the mold right now. You always were a woman of focus. I always admired that about you. Talk soon, Casper. Are you the mold champion? There's actually something here. So you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organism, similar in appearance to mushrooms, constructs the architecture of the mold. I don't understand if these fungus are the original disseminators of the mold or the forbidden or are biden by some of the fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I've ever seen. I theorise there's a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate the growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold 1. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of most functions. This behaviour was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. It's truly an ingenious little thing. A full report will be ready soon. Keep your sacks on. Someone sheared off the end of that. Oh no, it's just to chat to you. I'm gonna unlock the doors. Ready. Dr. Darling's recently penned essay titled The Fucking Mold contains some glaring omissions that I must shine a light on. Firstly, the entire premise of the essay is that the quarry threshold is beneficial to the Bureau, while the mold is actively hostile, to use his words. We cannot determine the worth of these dimensions and their life forms using bureaucratic definitions. Secondly, the mold is much more beneficial than some rock. If the fungus created the molds were reconfigured in their purpose, the structures they could build would rival the greatest skyscrapers. The mold's resistance to various strains of disease we've attempted to induce could be derived into the astronomical. Yet, admittedly, the application is more difficult than picking up a rock and gluing it to a wall. But I pause to wonder when the Bureau lost its eagerness for a challenge. Yep, she's looking at the various mold signs, cosine in phase with Bureau. That's the most enticing chocolate dinner I've ever seen. Don't eat it, girl.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't.
I'm the
know who she's
director.
talking to. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are.
I'm the director. Hello, Purple Rhino. It is chocolate. Moldy chicken balls. It probably is.
Samples will do that?
Someone's moldy dinner that has turned into an altered object.
Where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
But how are you? You having a good day?
So, what do these samples look like?
Probably like the chicken balls that have gone moldy. Yeah, that big old plate of very delicious dinner.
You'll find them throughout the threshold.
Is she going to eat them?
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
Director
Sure
Jessie.
it is.
The Pope?
Have
Why
you
are we
heard
asking
from
her?
Emily?
Oh, Emily Pope.
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it.
Been here in and out, and I thought I'd comment finally. No worries, I appreciate you popping in and out. I don't mind the lurk, and I appreciate the comment. Obviously, you know, talking about this mold was very appropriate.
Kool-Aid.
And you've been eating a bit too much of the
To
mold.
forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So, is Darling your boss?
No, we're
If
her
you
boss
insist
now.
on clinging to such outdated
Yum.
hype,
Not for me.
yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to
He was
the
a bit
hero's
dead.
simple frustrations.
Fire.
Always needs
Fire
to be
will
the
do
hero.
it. You know nothing. No spoilers.
Work at the bureau?
Don't
Like
tell
I
me
said, I was
anything.
brought in as a special advisor, a temporary position, you see. Although
Special advisor on the moldy
I
dinner.
was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that I could...
So she hid in the basement full of molds.
And then the mold happened.
About 4
Oh, I
months
didn't
ago,
think you
yes.
would, but you know, it's also sort of like, oh, something's coming. It's a bit of a spoiler in that on its own, isn't it?
Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere.
Does she encounter a lot of men with dangerous alien biospheres? Is that,
So
like,
she's a professor.
do the men all have fungal infections, or, is very interesting choice of words there.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Very interesting choice of
Even
words.
people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host.
It's The Last of Us, isn't
Luckily,
it?
one suggests the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
Stupidly, there's a company called Mighty Fungus that are selling cordyceps
Maybe another
mushrooms in powders. There's literally edible cordyceps being sold by a
Sounds
company.
so horrible.
And it's like, yeah, that's the thing from Last of Us, and you're trying to encourage
for the
it and
information.
trying to get influencers to sell your edible mushroom stuff as some sort of power formula, but it's not. It's a disgusting, pulsating pile of balls. There's literally a pair of eyes in that. There's a pair of eyeballs in these moldy chicken balls. Like, these are the worst meatballs ever. Not even any sauce. But why she got a fork in it? Like, she's eager to eat it. This is her snack. She's snacking on this disgusting pile of stuff. Hold type A, fresh corpses. Mold type B, fecal matter. Mold type C, electric current. Mold type D, on inclines. Why is she inspecting fecal matter and things? And then there's electric molds. And then there's mountain molds. Showers. At least she's got some showers. Emergency shower and eye wash for when you need them. Don't let the mold hit your eyes! Perform daily body checks on foreign plant matter. Don't be told don't eat molds. Do as you're told, don't eat the molds. That's a good one. Motion this seems to be in pairs. Severed testicles. Touch it. You know, I don't have that thing where one side is bigger than the other. So, but I can see it. I can see it. The game get everyone's dying as long as they get more. It's true. They only care about getting the research done. Aperture science and all that. They really don't care if anyone else dies as long as. I mean, they're getting paid to do the research. They're not getting paid to keep people alive. There's 1,000 mil of some sort of chemical over here. Why did they want her locked in here and no one else coming in here? What's up with that? I do feel like she is going to become some sort of boss monster. Yes, I spoke to you about
Keep you very busy.
everything. I literally made sure to speak to you throughout it. Are we finished? Yes. I spoke to you about every single possible thing that we could. Am I safe to come in here?
It smells so sweet down here.
Ooh, what's
I'm
that?
really hungry. I wonder how this mold tastes.
I don't want to eat it. I wonder how this mold tastes. I mean, I have seen desserts that kind of look that shape but not moldy. Don't eat the molds. Do not eat the molds. I would not recommend eating them all. There's something in there. Big red glowing receptacle. Yep. Help me hunt other molds. Oh, there is... They are literally cordyceps. They are literally cordyceps. It's literally The Last of Us. Is that where they came from? Is it literally just The Last of Us dimension?
Are those people?
Ow. Oh no, there are people shooting at us now. Literally people shooting at us. I feel like it's the Last of Us crossover now, actually. You know, there was a hint before, but I'm getting a bit stronger than a hint now. This is a lot of... You mind? I was taking in the sights. There's a table down there. Anyone else? You mind not shooting spores at me? Thank you. Ouch. Where even are you? I see the stuff shooting at me. Moving on. There's a checkpoint. I'll start the checkpoint. Hi. Do you mind not vomiting on me whilst I'm activating the checkpoint? That would be very kind and polite. Has no one told you not to spit on people whilst they're activating a checkpoint? Radio. Okay, that looks like a lot of death that I can't do. Was that just a checkpoint? No, there's a way... Right. There's multiple ways to go. Fantastic. Hey, no. It's very rude. Restrooms! There's too many ways to go. I'm too curious. I want to explore everywhere. The toilets. Well, we found a sample. I don't think we... Okay, there's
Who's gonna owe me for this?
so many mushrooms down here. So many mushrooms. I don't think we should really be touching these disgusting mushrooms like this. You know? We went in one room earlier that had spores and everything in it, and it instantly killed us. I don't know how we're so immune now. I'll keep going this way for now. Ooh, sample. And a cartoon!
One of Underhill's samples.
We get a cartoon to watch as well. And we're getting vomited on whilst watching the cartoon. That's hilarious. It was hilarious till he actually started killing me. I was watching that. Exactly, do the dance. I was watching that. That was very rude, Mr. Mushroom. Fire! I think we know what's going on here.
Fixed. Building shifts occur at random and without warning.
Okay, Mr. Bones.
Bureau's cutting-edge technology.
You killed
We
him.
can stabilize the old
Stabilize.
house. Safe employees.
Save employees wear other people's faces.
Certain rituals allow agents to navigate the oldest house as well. But accidents do happen.
That they do. Why has he got a shoelace coming out of his stomach?
Trapping agents inside the walls. I heard you got stuck in your room for 3 days, Topher. Too bad you didn't have your book with you.
Why would the book have saved him? Too bad he died in those
When
walls.
you feel the floor deviate, it's
Run.
already much too late.
He's also pulling out his own hair. There's actually a lot of TVs. Someone had quite the old CRT TV collection. Why have your respawns? To the checkpoint, quickly! Must regain health. Abilities? Nah, can't afford anything. Shut up, Topher. Yeah, he was crying a bit too much, wasn't he? Just a little. We were listening to Mr. Bones. He was telling us some very important advice. This one grows near water.
Must be one of the samples.
Okay. There's 3 more to find. Hi. They've all come in now. They all decided to come chase me. Hey! Cheating. My guy spits a bit harder than theirs. I'm gonna do this just to get some health back.
This looks like a good one.
Big old hole! It did look like a good one, but I think we've got to go down that big old hole. Item to be stored in Blackrock panelled cell. Kept away from lab animals and not in use. A simple wicker basket with cloth lining. No food items inside. The item produces a hypnotic effect that solely affects non-human animals. As all animals are. Non-human. Unless there are some human animals. Well, there might be. Forcing them to congregate passively around the object. Animals from every genus and species that has thus far been tested are susceptible. Single-cell organisms do not appear to react to the effects. Item was taken to a forest upstate for testing. Results of the test provided contradicting data as some of the attracted animals exhibited hyper-aggressive behaviour. The exercise unfortunately resulted in mass deaths because of bears. Further testing should be restricted to more low-risk animal species with medical staff on standby. What to do when you're caught in a house shift? Get out of the house. Get away from the shift. Loot. Loot goblin. Intrusive thoughts. Hidden loot. Astral blips. Anywhere else before I go down the hole? Nope. Down the hole it is. Okay, things were hurting me, so I decided to fall quicker, and then the floor came a lot quicker than I thought it would. Mistakes may have been made. Mistakes may have been made. Right, maybe I should clear out the room before going down. Because I wasn't sure if it was the walls spitting at me or some of the enemies. Could have been either. Could have been either. Bum 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 bum. I don't know why I've got that song in my head now from the stupid Fresh Old Kids thing. But surely there's another mushroom that's not just straight down this hole. I was expecting us to need to run around the entire building. Not expecting it to be immediately down here. This is a pretty deep... Just one of them. Just one of them. I was expecting to run around the whole building looking for them. There is just going to be just one down the hole. Astral constructs, right, weapon forms. We can finally make the charge shots. Because we've got a mission on that one. Upgrade charge. We're not making jukebox tokens, right? Let's upgrade. We don't have enough source material for that. I was trying to spend it all in case we're going to die a lot. Right, spin. We don't necessarily need. Charge shot. Finally being used. Reload speed, blast radius. That sounds fun. We've gone miles from medical wing. We're not near the medical wing. Synchronicity, collect the 5 track. Let's track the thing that we're doing. Right. Grows near staircases. Okay, well, I see a staircase. Let's maybe investigate that. So it makes more sense to literally have the one that we're doing and track that. It's probably at the bottom of the staircase. And then I'd rather that didn't fall on my head. There's the staircase. See? If I just pay attention to the mission and track it.
Good one.
Speak with Dr. Underhill.
That's all 5 samples.
Really?
He's back to Underhill.
Then... What's the tempting hole of doom? Oh, it's just... death. It's just death. The call of the void is just void. We should avoid that. Noted. We got all the samples and we needed to pay attention to the missions because otherwise the call of the void would have kept calling me and I would have tried to explore it. Okay, we got all of your samples. You look like someone who's very hungry and eager to eat them.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them.
And I also jumped in a big hole.
On some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold or even of this dimension.
It's mushrooms.
I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't see
Yeah, everyone I saw was dead.
walking mold people.
And people shooting at me.
Unless...
Yes.
They became the mole
If
people.
you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse.
Ooh.
It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores.
Yeah, we should definitely trust this. Okay, so this lets me go into those rooms. but also
That didn't take
down
too
that
long.
abyss.
Inject this pill, then go and find the
Oh, you want me
source
to
of
go
the
down
mold.
the abyss?
Only there can we begin to understand
I
how to
see.
stop it.
They want me to go
Big
down the
mystery,
abyss.
though, because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Yeah, become one with the molds. That's smart.
Oh, honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Yes.
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
The sauce? Is it HP sauce? Is it
Thanks,
chili
thank you,
sauce? It's not ketchup, is it? I don't want ketchup. You can keep the ketchup.
Back to it then.
I guess we're going back into the big old hole. Into the abyss we go.
This must be the pit Underhill was talking about.
The one that I'd already previously jumped down, but I wasn't immune at that point. I did spot this as I fell past it, though. The Smiley Sisters Carnival travelled throughout the eastern United States during the 1950s. Beginning in 1956, young men in the towns visited by the carnival became plagued by a strange form of leprosy originating in the hands and swiftly moving up the arms. As the death toll climbed, newspapers named the disease farmer's rot. Rumours began circulating that the carnival itself was to blame. In November of 1959, the townspeople of Illinois, Georgia, took it upon themselves to raze the carnival to the ground, believing the entertainers to be servants of the devil. Bureau agents had been monitoring the carnival while investigating the odd disease. Posing as local press, agents confiscated all carnival property that survived the flames. At a field office, stray spores were placed into rooms with individual pieces of the carnival equipment. The game hammer was identified as the cause of the disease. The remaining property was incinerated along with the infected personnel. The carnival owners were told they had been carrying a dangerous pathogen in. Well, they posed as containment officers, whatever you want to call them, not the press. Pierce Zoom Blast. Ooh. But I don't have the piercing on. We'll get to shoot this charge shot eventually in this very dangerous hole. Those lights are like eyes staring up the hole. Effective. I want him on my team, don't blow him up. Thank you, he's a level 9.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.25.
Does it go
Send us down
hunt
to
them?
weird-ass threshold looking for whatever's making all these vegetables sprout. I will...
This is easier.
Used to
Not
breathe.
Jesse. The threshold one.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.25. Underhill sent us down this weird-ass threshold looking for whatever's making all these vegetables sprout. I will say this,
They're not vegetables.
it smells delicious. Say this,
Well, I guess mushrooms.
it smells delicious.
I wasn't expecting it to be so short. Can't hide loot from me. Balloon? The item is used in the children's ward of a local hospital in England. Witnesses do not recall where the balloon came from. Therapy dogs, part of the program called Clowning Around, meant to comfort sick children, were noticeably attracted to the item. They reportedly jumped at the item, licking it when they could. The children claimed that the dogs began walking through the halls of the hospital at night, howling in a low pitch. One child described the sound as singing. A few days later, the dogs were all discovered dead, a dark substance leaking from their carcasses. The hospital staff called local authorities, who called the CDC. Bureau agents intercepted this call and arrived at the scene within 12 hours. The item was taken for evaluation along with the remains of the dogs. So the balloon they thought was a lollipop. They were licking it and it had hallucinogenic effects upon them. Amazing. But at least now I won't die when I go into the spore areas because we're sort of immune. I want you on my side, that's why I minimize the impacts. Right, after you, mister. After you. Where are you going? You're not even going the right way.
God, the further I go, the worse it smells.
Okay. Hi! Don't spit on me. Thank you. Why can't I take you on my sides? Okay, we're a little low on health. This is an interesting cave. Okay, this is definitely The Last of Us. Okay, I don't like that the shots all flew past your heads. Like, we had 3 locked onto him and they all went straight past his head. Oops. Astral blips. Okay. Yeah, it shoots upwards when I do that. That's kind of annoying. I'm locking onto them and it goes... The power shot is so powerful that all the bullets you just aimed at his head go upwards. Instead... Okay, kill enemies whilst the weapon's in charge mode. I know that I haven't been killing them because I've been absorbing them onto my team, but... Checkpoint! Troll point in the shrooms in the dark.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.28. Wait, 6, 7.
It's a day.
From the thresh mold. Ollie's straight up eating the vegetables now because, well, why not? Mom said, eat your vegetables. Eat too many and your skin will turn green.
Yep.
Green like Ollie's.
I received the origination then.
Ollie, what'd you find now?
A lot of mannequins trapped in walls. Crash test dummies. They're dead now. Another abyss! Somehow it's like we're not coming back from this.
Is that the source? It's kind of pretty.
It's a big flower. Worm! Ow. You've closed your eye. I'm dead. Yep. That one, that was never coming back from. I don't know if the charge shot is necessarily the one for the boss. I think I'll go back to Old Faithful. Think we need to go back to good Old Faithful for this one. This I don't recognise from The Last of Us though, so maybe not. But I have a feeling it's grown out of that guy that we were just talking about on the radio. You know, it seems like it might be his. We defeated the former twice. We can get this guy. He's no former. He's the latter. He's just a big mushroom worm. It's a big old mushroom worm. No one's stopping us taking him down. Wait.
Is that the source? It's
There's nothing else hiding in here.
pretty. Nope. No.
That didn't count for any damage. That's kind of bullshit. Ow. You mind's not. Die already! There you go. He was already dead. He just didn't want to admit it.
Being surprised by all the weird shit in this place.
He didn't want to admit it. I can't believe it didn't let that first hit count because it was already, you know, it hadn't got a health gauge at that point. It is a flower. I don't expect it to walk on it. Okay, now about getting back out of this. Aha, a hole. A hole. Hidden loot. Just one of them. Just one for Netsu. Give it to me.
Oh, so good. Oh, need more.
No, we shouldn't be talking about foods. That's how they went wrong. He munched it all. He became it. The control point has been claimed. Then the only way out is to fast travel. It's central research. Like, it's a shame there aren't multiple levels of the pit to go to one of the others, right? There's a whole... Man, that ashtray maze is actually huge, isn't it? That ashtray is huge. Active thresholds. Is that inside the pit? Active threshold. Oh, we're going to that. We're going to that. Wherever that is. But it's getting pretty late now. I'm going to call it a day there. We'll continue this and continue running around and explore. This is still in the pits, isn't it? Okay, yep. I will teleport somewhere that isn't in the pit. Thank you to Purple Rhino 92 who was here hanging out chatting. I appreciate you and anyone else that might have been watching and lurking. That is where I'm going to call it a day. Azrael XX is streaming, so let's go raid Azrael. And yeah, I will be back on Wednesday where we'll continue some Hitman. But I'll catch you next time. Bye 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 bye.